justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense.
There's such wealth of history to draw from. So many times we've had to fight for our freedoms.
At home and abroad. Oh, I told you guys this would be too much effort.
It doesn't have to take that much effort, Samantha. Do you know what I think exemplifies all this? The Gettysburg Address.
Boring. What do you mean? What could we do with a speech?
Someone could come out and talk about that moment in history. Abraham Lincoln got up to speak. I'll always remember what he said that day.
Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure.
How it all came about, I don't know. But our country was a wall before we knew it. Mr. Lincoln, he said a country divided against itself cannot stand. My William, he took great stock in what Mr. Lincoln said that day. William, he done up and enlisted. August 1862 it was. He looked so smart in his uniform. He was so proud, and we were so proud of him. He wrote us when he could, but that weren't all. He never let on how bad it was for him. I wrote him back every chance I could. There's his gravestone over yonder. No, he ain't in it, but we put him a stone, just the same.
We are met on the great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that this nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this.
February 16, 1778. General George Washington wrote, "It is with great blood I trouble you on this subject that occasions me more distress than the commencement of the war. For some days past there has been little less than a beating in the camp. Naked and starving as they are, we cannot enough admire the incomparable patience and fidelity of the soldiers. I am, on my part, putting every single engine to work that I can possibly think of to prevent the fatal consequences."
But in a large sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hollow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, have consecrated it, far above our poor power, to add or detract.
You have to understand, we all had to make sacrifices during World War II. That's what it was all about, and what it was all for. And when we stop to think what our boys are going through over there, well, it was little enough to do about it. Oh, there were scrap drives, pick drives, rubber drives, everything what was in the war effort. And we are rationed over here, we have these ration books. They're only allowed so many eggs, so much meat, that kind of thing. It was so scary. I mean, sometimes you go to bed at night and wonder that maybe when you woke up, you wouldn't be free anymore.
The world, the little note, no longer remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, that we dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be dedicated to the great task remaining before us.
We're not fighting war now as we did after Pearl Harbor, nor will it be one like that in storm. This is a new kind of war, but one we will fight on many fronts, some visible and some invisible. But we will not let our freedoms be taken from us. We will not succumb to tyrants or evildoers, and let it be known to all that we shall protect this country and what it stands
final devotion.
That we hereby resolve that those dead shall not have died in vain.
That this nation, under God, shall have a new birth in freedom.
And that the government of the people
By the people and for the people.
Shall not perish from the earth.